parents who were not able to join us. And this presentation will also be posted on our YouTube channel and on our school website. So if there was something we talked about and you forgot, that is no problem to come back to it. Miss Mendoza is in the Spanish room translating today. If you would like Spanish translation, please join the Spanish room. Okay. So we will get started in just one moment. I'm sorry, families, my computer is a little slow right now, so I'm having a little bit of trouble with this. Okay, there we go. It seems to be working. Okay, teachers, if you can just give me the thumbs up if the presentation, I think it's loading. Oh, I see Mr. Put some down. Oh, there we go. Okay, should be good. Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, or good evening. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm Ms. Smallhausen. I'm the principal at our elementary campus. Today's back to new school night presentation. Myself and other leaders will actually be going over some procedures in the school building, and also at the end, we'll be answering any questions. Please hold your questions to the end because I may actually answer them throughout the presentation, but as questions at the end, if you have some questions, please drop them in the chat. And if I could ask the leaders and the teachers on the call to just monitor them. And if there's any questions you can answer, please do so. Parents, please stay muted during the presentation just to help everything run smoothly. So tonight, we're just going to go through some staff introductions. I know many of you have met your teachers, your child's teacher. I'm going to introduce you to other teachers who work with your child as well. Give you a little bit of an insight into our health and safety in the school, some of our school norms and expectations. We'll talk some more about attendance, school procedures, one of the big important things, where to go when you need some help. We know there's a lot of questions, so I'm going to share that important information with you. So first of all, I'm Ms. Smallhausen. I'm the principal here. I joined CCSP in 2018 as the vice principal, and this is my second year as a principal. And it really does take a village to raise a child, and it really does take a good team around me to do the work running our school. So we have Mr. Thompson, our vice principal. Mr. Thompson unfortunately broke his ankle this summer. He's doing well, but he is at home resting. So you may not have seen him yet, but he will be joining us very shortly. Many of you know Mr. Peterson, our Dean of Students. If you haven't, he's going to pop up behind me there. Thank you, Mr. Peterson. This school year, really excited to have a school counselor on our team. Miss Brackett has joined CCSP. Miss Brackett, if you'd like to say hello.
Hello, everyone.
And Ms. Brackett will be working specifically on attendance and working with students who may need some additional emotional support this school year, but she'll be reaching out to parents, and you may see her around at parent events also. We also have Miss MJ, who is our operations manager, who works very closely with Miss Mendoza, who is in the Spanish room right now. Miss Mendoza runs our front desk and is really doing a great job to run our school office so well. So thank you so much, Miss Mendoza. I know many of you have met your teachers already, but for our third grade team, really excited to introduce to you Miss Piotti, Miss R and Miss Jones, who are our humanities teachers. They teach reading, writing, and social studies. And then we have Miss Urban and Mrs. Zayden, who teach STEM. For everyone else who may not know you, team, could you come off mute and say hello?
Hi, I'm Miss Urban.
I am Miss Jones.
Oh, I'm Miss R.
I don't know if Miss Aiden or Miss Piotti are on the call, but if not, we'll move on. Maybe with some parents, and there's some great pictures of them. And then we have our fourth grade team. We have Miss Hagberg, who has been working very closely with Miss Gonzalez, Miss Castellano, and Miss Lazo, and Mr. Williams and Miss Ward. If you'd like to come off mute and introduce yourselves.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ms. Hagberg.
Hello, I'm Miss Gonzalez.
And I don't think we have Mr. Williams right now, maybe with parents right now.
Hello, I'm Miss
oh.
Lazo. Sorry, chiming in.
Hi, Miss Lazo. Thank you for joining us this evening. And I know that there are other teachers as well that everyone
I'm
has.
here too. I'm sorry. Miss Castellano. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Miss Castellano. Thank you. And then also I should note, parents, that I will be sharing this PowerPoint to everyone, and on the teachers' names, there are links to their website. So if you have any specific questions around any resources or anything, I'm sure the teachers have already shared that with you, but it is also here there for you as well. And there's our pictures of our staff. So your child also has other teachers, and all of our students have an opportunity to have physical education and health classes, art, music, and Spanish classes also. So our physical education teachers are Mr. Frisch and Miss Poggi.
Hello, everyone. Mr. Frisch. I work physical education and health with Miss Peyote and Miss R in third grade, and Miss Lazo and Castellano and Mr. Williams in fourth grade.
Thank you. And if Miss Poggi is, I don't know if Miss Poggi is on the call. If not, we'll move on to Miss White, our art teacher.
Good evening, everyone.
Thank you, Miss White. We have Mr. L, our music teacher.
Hello, everyone. Mr. L, music teacher.
Thank you. And Miss K, our Spanish teacher. She's not on the call right now, but there are their faces, so you can start to recognize some of our teachers. We also have an amazing team of interventionists. Interventionists really play a role in providing additional support services for students in the areas of reading, writing, and math. They are not assigned to specific homerooms or grades, but really work with students who will need some additional support. So you may see them around, or they may contact you at various times of the school year. So we have Miss Lai, Miss Green, and Miss Gant.
Hi, everyone. Miss Lai here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Miss Green.
And the Miss Gant is working with first grade right now, so she is probably with her other students, but Miss Gant is also here in the top left corner, plays a role with our intervention team. We also have a great instructional support staff that we really couldn't do the work we do without them. And they play a role all over the school. So some of them are here and some of them are actually in the other Zoom with the other kindergarten, first and second grade teachers. So we have Miss Mathlib and Mr. Johnson, who are our special education resource teachers. We also have Miss Morgan and Miss Gonzalez, who work all alongside all of our teachers, supporting classrooms where teachers are absent or providing additional support. I think Miss Gonzalez is working with Miss Hagberg right now. We also have Miss Brackett, who is our school counselor. And then last but no means least, Nurse Cologne, who plays a phenomenal role in our school, not only through helping keeping her safe and healthy through COVID right now, but also in all other areas, particularly as we get to the fall and the winter season, keeping everyone safe and healthy as well. So before I start today's presentation, I do want to say a big thank you to all of our parents out there. We couldn't have got through the past 18 months without you. And now our students are back in person. We really couldn't be more thankful for everything that you have done, because the children have grown in their education, and we know there's work to do, but they would not have made the progress that they made in the past 18 months if it wasn't for you. And I know many of you were thrown into teaching. We're trying to work out how to use Zoom, trying to work out what phonics was all about, working out like math that you probably were never taught that way before, and all these other things. And we know it put everyone under a lot of pressure. So we're so excited to have all of our students back. We hope that we can take that pressure off of you by having your students in person as well. But I chose this particular cartoon because I think it really signifies exactly how everyone was feeling, particularly parents. And I want everyone to know that we appreciate you and we recognize that it has been a tough time. There's still work to do, but thank you for all of your support, and to all your family members and friends and neighbors and anyone else who's probably not on this call as well. So I have reviewed some of the COVID protocols in previous parent orientations, but I do want to reiterate some of the steps we're taking to keep your child safe. So we have health screenings every morning. You'll be receiving a text message that has screening criteria, which I'll go over in a second. It is so important, parents, that you pay attention to this and you really take a moment to just really consider those points. It is that really keeps everyone safe. There is a mask mandate in school. All adults and children are required to wear a mask. We are going through masks very quickly. So we are asking, where possible, if you can send your child to school with 2 masks, one that they're wearing over their mouth when they come to school, and the other one in their book bag, so that if they sneeze or if something happens and we need to change that mask, they have one already available for them. We have plexiglass and screen dividers throughout our school, at desks and at tables, and also during lunchtime to provide additional layers of support. And we have separated cohorts as well. So we're really limiting students mixing with other students in other classes as well. Our custodial staff work very hard to keep our school clean, and there is frequent school-wide cleaning of high-touch surfaces like door handles, rails, and tables and other areas throughout. Bathrooms are all being cleaned on a very frequent basis. We have a very high level of air filtration in our school with HEPA filters and UV filters as well to keep the air clean as possible. And we have a very well established contact tracing procedure where if the nurse or a staff member is notified of a COVID situation, we have a very clear protocol of what happens next as well and how we monitor where students are. All of our teachers have seating charts. We have a clear idea of exactly where children are sitting at all times and who they've been exposed to, so that if there is a positive case, we are able to identify close contacts. This is the example of the criteria that is sent home goes out to text message every morning. Really want to pay attention to the bullet point in the yellow. It is really important that if you or anyone in your household that lives with you has been tested for COVID and you are waiting for the results, do not bring them into school. What can happen is that while you're waiting for the results, you send your child to school, and if those results turn out to be positive, then your child has been coming into school with a positive case, and it can put other children and other adults as well at risk of transmission. So please, please, please keep your child at home if you or your child or someone else is waiting for COVID results. If you're not sure, and it's all a little complicated, if you're not sure, just don't bring your child to school, call the main office or reach out to the nurse and we can let you know what steps to take. I would rather have children come late to school than come to school sick. So please just give us a call and let us know. Masks in school. So as you can imagine, having 500 children in a school building all wearing masks, it takes a lot for us to really keep reinforcing the rules. So please help us by talking to your child about the appropriate way to wear a mask. It's really important that they have it over their nose at all times, and particularly the older students, they start pulling it down, it comes under the chin. And we're spending a lot of time saying we need to have the mask up. So please help us by being a good role model with your own mask and talking to your child about their mask. They do have mask breaks throughout the school day, whether it be through recess time or gym time as well. So they have the opportunity to pull the mask down. But while moving around in the building, while they're at their desk, they need to have the mask up at all times. So quarantining students. So as you know, there are times when students need to be quarantined. And I want to really emphasize that we only do this when we really need to. And we look at every single case very carefully to determine if a quarantine is needed and how long it would be, because we know that this can have an impact on your child and your family. Quarantine students is in place to protect both your child and the school community so that we really can stay open and continue. There are 3 occasions where quarantining is necessary. The first if there's a positive case, like if your child is positive, if they're close contact, meaning that they have been in close contact with somebody who is positive for COVID, or a travel quarantine. There is still a travel advisory in effect per the CDC guidance. Quarantining with travel is a 7-day quarantine if there's a negative test between days 3 and 5. And we understand that there are times when parents do need to travel, but we are really strongly discouraging any travel during school time to limit the impact on learning. A trip for 2 days will become 9 days for your child, because that's how long they would need to be out of school. So please, where you can, really think about any travel outside of holidays, but at any other time of the school year as well. Any child who is quarantined, then we'll have a day where we get all the work together and then we'll reach out to you to organize work coming to you. The work provided will follow the current curriculum and will be aligned to the topics and the units of study that are being followed in the class. For our younger students, we are focusing on receiving paper packets right now until they become acclimated with Chromebooks. But for grades 3 and 4, your child will receive a Chromebook to access assignments on Google Classroom. And at times there may be a paper packet that goes with the work as well. We will all reach out to you to organize how we get the Chromebook to you. If you are quarantined and your household is quarantined, we would ask that you have a family member who doesn't live in your home and is not exposed to the situation come to the school to pick up the Chromebook, and we'll be able to arrange that with Miss Mendoza. This work still needs to be completed. It's still considered instruction, and it's still graded as part of your child's progress through our curriculum as well. The teachers will give you specific information on how they would like that work submitted. We're going to talk about attendance now. I'm going to hand over to Miss Brackett, our school counselor.
Hello, everyone again. So it's our goal to maintain a 98% obtain and maintain a 98% attendance rate. So with your help, we can accomplish this goal. With that said, school attendance will be taken every scheduled school day. A student is considered tardy to school if the student arrives at 8:05 a.m. If for any reason a student is going to be absent, his or her parents should complete and submit our student absentee form, which you can see the link here is also on our website, on our CCSP website. And that is to be submitted no later than 8:30 a.m. the morning of the absence. Additionally, you must notify your child's teacher. A member of the attendance committee will contact guardians of the absentees if we don't receive notification from the parent. So why does attendance matter? If the children don't show up for school on a regular basis, they may miss out on fundamental reading, math skills, and a chance to build a habit of good attendance that will carry them over into college and careers. Data from California studies. I'm sorry, something happened to my screen. Oh, there it is. From California.
That was
Oh,
me.
no problem. From California studies found that children who are
I do apologize. My computer is like really slowing down. So as I click on something, it clicks to somewhere else. So I apologize.
no problem.
I think it's getting a little tired.
Yeah.
It is loading. 1 second, Paris. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the parents that's just entering in. So data from the California study found that children who are chronically absent in kindergarten and first grade were far less likely to read proficiently at the end of third grade. So with your work, with your help, we can help improve our attendance rate. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brackett. And there was a question in the chat about the buses. So, you know, one of the things that we're really aware of is the traffic. And Mr. Peterson is going to talk a little bit about this, so that if there is an issue with the buses and it's like through no fault of anyone, those students will be marked present and will not be those students will not be marked tardy, because we know it's through no fault of their own as well. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Peterson, who's going to talk to us about raising student expectations.
So good afternoon, families. Thank you for attending our back to school night. It is our desire and our goal to make sure that all of our scholars meet our expectations and exceed our expectations. So I do see, as I get started, that yes, you were told school starts at 8:05. I'm going to say to all parents now to please have your children at school as early as 7:30, so that when they line up in their assigned areas, they will transition into the school right at 8 o'clock. As they transition into the school at 8 o'clock, they will report to their classrooms where they will eat breakfast and obviously be marked present. The reason I say 7:30, families, is because right at 7:35, 7:40, traffic doubles in our area. With International High School open, Patterson Arts and Science open, the traffic has increased tremendously. So to make sure that all of our scholars are on time, I'm asking parents to drop your children off as early as 7:30. They will wait in designated areas until we have them transition into the building right at 8 o'clock. One of the 4 pillars that we stand on, families, are respect, integrity, success, and excellence. As I said earlier, it takes a whole village to raise a child. And to that end, families, we partner with you to make sure that our scholars are successful. And as they experience CCSP from kindergarten through 4th grade, we want to make sure that they meet our expectations and exceed them. A part of them meeting and exceeding our expectations is wearing the proper uniform. So parents, I'm going to say, I know we've had some hiccups where uniforms have been on back order, and there have been some challenges with our scholars having the uniform. So I'm going to say, as of October 1st, I'll be enforcing our uniform policy, which is a green polo, right? A green polo with the logo. For gym, the yellow gym t-shirt. As far as the khakis pants, skirt, or a dress. And as far as the shoe attire, this is something that's been in effect as long as I've been here, actually longer. I've been here 6+ years, and it's solid black sneakers or shoes. Solid black sneakers or shoes are the foot attire that all of our scholars should be wearing as of October 1st. A big part of parents partnering with us, with our teachers, as well as administrators, is that you make great use of Class Dojo. That is one form of communication that we need you guys to utilize on a regular basis. Another area where our parents can be extremely supportive of our efforts is by accessing our website. As you access our website, it tells you about our schedule, tells you about the early dismissals, it tells you everything you need to know as far as making sure that your children are here on time. And if it is an early dismissal, you will have that information ahead of time. I want to thank you in advance, or we want to thank you in advance for basically, it's the beginning of the year. We know that all scholars have been out of school for 18 months. So it's a transition period. So we want to thank you for your patience during dismissal. Thank you for your patience during arrival. Everything is a system. As we perfect this system, things will get better, and you'll see that over a period of time. But I want to thank you for your patience. Lastly, voicemails. You have the opportunity to leave voicemails for information. I want to make sure all parents update their accurate information, phone numbers, contact in the event that there's an emergency. We need accurate information from all families to make sure that we're able to contact you at a moment's notice. So you can you can make sure that your teachers have that information as well as the front office. So to that end, it takes a whole village to raise a child. And we look forward to partnering with each and every one of you this school year. So welcome again, families. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peterson. So we know that there's often a lot of questions and there's a lot of people who work here, and sometimes it's confusing who to ask what to. So for parents, like if you have your phone, take a screenshot of this, take a picture of this, because this will be your go-to about who to ask if you have a question. So first of all, Ms. Mendoza and I are using our school website for a lot of information. So we ask that you check the school website first. Often we get a lot of phone calls where we direct parents to the website. So please check that. When you click on ccsp.org, there is a section called 75 Spruce School, where Ms. Mendoza and I and Ms. Brackett have been posting information. There you will see the student absentee form up on the website that Ms. Brackett of an answer to a question. There are different people to go to. So if you need some information on any forms, transfer forms, you're updating your contact information, please contact Ms. Mendoza, our administrative assistant, via our main phone line, and her email is there for you also. If you have a question about aftercare, before care, ELT, tutoring, or anything that may be run by community schools. So that's our department who runs more events before and after school and during the weekends. Mr. Raff is our elementary school site leader. He can be contacted via Dojo and he also on his email address. If you have a question that is medical, whether it be about COVID, test results of COVID, or something not to do with COVID, like asthma, medication, or something, you just need a medical advice, please contact our nurse, Cologne, via Dojo, or her phone number and extension is here, 1114, and also her email address too. If you have a question around bus information, food services, anything to do with the operations and the way that we run our school, you can contact Miss MJ at the main office line, and her email address is here. And if you have any curriculum questions or wonderings or concerns, the classroom, I always say first port of call is the class teacher, because they teach everything every day. But if you have some other questions, please feel free to reach out to Mr. Peterson, our Dean of Students, or myself, Ms. Mulhausen, via Dojo, and also at the school email address as well. So I hope that clarifies who the best people are to ask if you have a question. Again, take a screenshot. I will be sharing this via our website, and also this will also be on our YouTube channel as well. Just to refresher, office hours are 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're not taking drop-ins right now. It is appointment only, so please give us a call. 99% of our questions can be answered via phone call or the website. And just a reminder, if you do need to come into the building, you have made an appointment, please make sure that you and any child with you over the age of 2 is wearing a mask, regardless if you've been vaccinated or not. Like Mr. Peterson was saying about arrival, our student arrival is scheduled to start at 7:45, but we do, because of the traffic, are very conscious of working with families to have you drop off your child and get along on your way. We know many of you are going to work, so we don't want to hold you up anymore. And then we also want your child to be in on time. So please feel free to come in from 7:30 onwards. Third grade is on the green and fourth grade is on the ramp. Please drive slowly in our parking lot. It is very narrow and there is a lot of traffic. So please drive slowly. We go down to the roundabout and up to the cafeteria doors. We are aware that the traffic light out of our parking lot is incredibly short. And if you're like me, you have to kind of you've got 2 seconds to get through it. So we are actually working, and Mr. Palmer is working with the city right now. And other staff members are working with Mr. Palmer to talk with them about extending that light so that we can at least have a little extra time for you to go through. We have put police constables in that intersection to be able to create more, get the traffic through more. We know Grand Street can be particularly busy. So just bear with us as we work with the city to kind of solve some of the traffic issues as well. We do ask parents not to pick up after 3 p.m. Because it does interfere with our dismissal, and we do want to make sure that all of our students get as much learning as possible. We do look for a tardy after 8:05. 8 till 8:20 is our breakfast and morning meeting time, and then 8:20 is the start of the day for our students as well. We know the traffic is still an issue, so we're not enforcing that until October 1st, where we hope to see things settle down, but we are going to assess this day by day. But really strive to have your child in school, particularly if they eat breakfast at school. The first lesson is starting at 8:20, so we know the little ones really need to have some time to eat. So thank you for that. Like I said, some important links are here. We have a YouTube channel where this presentation is going to be posted, and also any other videos that may be useful for you, that will help you in anything that we're doing at the school will be posted there. And then obviously our school website as well. And ultimately, we are all in this together. We are back in person, and we are knowing that life in society is really getting to some kind of normality, but there are still some bumps that we're working through. It has been a big change for our students to become acclimated to school again. And we're really working with them to get them used to what it means to sit at a desk in a school in a classroom, what it means to play with your friends and share and all those kinds of things that maybe they've not had those experiences with. So like Mr. Pearson said, we anticipate that within the next few weeks, things will start to calm down and we're all going to get back into the rhythm of school again. And in the meantime, we do appreciate all of your patience and your time with us as well. So that is the end of the presentation from the leadership team this afternoon. I know that our teachers, you have the opportunity, if you would like to meet any other teachers that you have not met this afternoon. Myself, Mr. Peterson, Ms. Brackett, and Ms. Mendoza are available for questions if you have any. If you don't have any questions, then feel free to log off, and thank you so much for your time. But if anyone has any questions, then please feel free to
It's
ask them.
12, but I need to get. Oh, I'm not here.
So families, if you don't have any questions, feel free. I think some teachers have another session at 6 o'clock to meet with some other teachers. So we'll give them a few moments, teachers, if you want to take some time to move over to your next session time, then teachers, please feel free to log off, take a minute to regroup, and then join back onto your Zoom link. Families, if you have any questions for leaders, please please let us know. I'm not sure who the iPhone is, but I take your point about no guard on Grand Street. I'm going to take a look into that with Mr. Peterson to assess the situation and see what we can do about that as well. If you have any other questions, please feel free to unmute, and I'll be happy to answer them.
Hi, my question is to Miss Aiden. Leah Ostos is my daughter, and I wanted to know, like, what is your curricular like on math? Because like I saw like the homework that she had yesterday, and she was struggling a little bit. So I just wanted to see how, you know, you're going about it so I could follow it at home too.
Not a problem. Sorry, I missed it a little bit. The introduction in the beginning of this Zoom call, we were still on our Zoom link. At 6 o'clock, myself and Ms. Piotti is going to be going back onto the Zoom link. If you want to come on at 6, I'll definitely walk you through or answer any other questions that you have, definitely.
Yeah, that's perfect. I will do so. Thank you.
Perfect, yep.
Great, thank you, Miss Aiden. I'm just going to post all the links in the chat for everyone. If anyone has kind of is a little lost with links and things, I'm just going to put this in the chat as well. Where if you have a specific question for teachers, they'll be able to answer that. If you have a question specific for us, please let us know. Otherwise, parents, feel free to log off, and teachers, if you want to log off, just take, you know, a few moments to grab a drink of water and what have you before you start your next session.
Okay, I actually have a question. Leah this is her first year in person, and I'm still trying to get her into the bus situation. I don't know if the old school released her from, because we were on White House Station and we moved over here to Patterson. So I just want to know how long is that process going to take so I could submit her into the bus so she could go ride the bus.
What in your child's name is Leah?
Ostos, Ostos.
Okay, and it's your first time here at CCSP?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome. Thank you so much for choosing us to educate your child. We really appreciate that. So in terms of transfers, as soon as your child is enrolled and is in school, you're technically with us. So there is no, it doesn't take long. There's not the process of like bringing students over happens pretty immediately. What takes the time is if we request school records and we have to wait for Patterson to bring them over, but that doesn't affect your transportation. So what you can do is you call Patterson Transportation Department, and you have to live 2.1 miles or more away from the school to be able to qualify for Patterson transportation.
Okay. The thing is that Leah was in, like, they did the virtual because of the virus. So technically she was in, what was your teacher's name last year? Miss Lanewitz? Miss Lanewitz? She was our second grade teacher.
Miss Lanewitz.
Oh yeah, okay, there it is. So she was there, but I guess the paperwork never transferred, or I don't know, something got lost, because when I did call for the bus transportation, they said that she wasn't even registered as like if she was going to Patterson School.
So I think Miss Mendoza will be able to you know what, Mom, because we got other folks on the call, do you want us to give you a phone call maybe tomorrow?
Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to see like how long is that process, because I do have a little one, so it's like hard for me to like move, and then I also work a full-time job as well too. So I'm trying to figure it out too as well.
No problem. I don't know, Miss Mendoza, do you want to answer, or do you want to give Mom a call tomorrow? We can. I wonder if it's because you're in the English room, Miss Mendoza. If you go into off, it may work.